And away we go. Welcome again to the Darren Green Show, your weekly dose of pop culture news, music, social media gossip, and now reality TV. I switched it up on you now. Be sure that if you are watching this on YouTube to leave your thoughts in the comments, leave a like, and if you're not subscribed to the channel by now, girl, what are we doing? Subscribe to that goddamn channel. And for the audio listeners, hey, be sure to leave a rate and review. We love those. Be sure to also be following or subscribing from wherever you're listening from. Shout out to the We Are You Radio listeners. It is 6 a.m. in the morning for you guys. It is 12 at noon for the rest of y'all. Late, tardy people. Let me stop. I love all of y'all. Okay, in all different time zones and all the whenever y'all want to watch this is whatever. I love y'all. Thank you for your continuous support, child, because we've been doing really well. We've been doing really well in the numbers. We've been doing really well on all platforms, also on TikTok and Instagram and also YouTube. You guys are watching a lot of my shorts. I'm going to fizzle out more content other than the podcast because I want to do stuff. I want to do more than just giving you a podcast every Monday. So we're going to roll out those reality TV recaps as soon as Real Housewives of Atlanta comes out, and we'll see how that goes. And then also I just want to do videos in between, like my little shorts. Now that YouTube has 3-minute shorts, I can post my TikTok videos, thank God. So that all worked out. And yeah, I'm just over here chilling. It's Sunday morning. I'm going to be seeing Captain America. Okay, so I'm very excited. So I'm making sure this episode gets done beforehand. So all I got to do when I come back is edit. I have high hopes for the movies. I mean, I heard that it had a lot of mixed reviews, but it was mixed reviews from influencers. I don't trust them. Okay, I don't. I really don't. I mean, I never see myself as an influencer to say and the third. Like, I never will, because like I feel like it's their opinion on something, especially like the movie people. Their opinion on something is contingent of what they like to see in the movie. You get what I'm saying? Usually, if it's like a non-white male cast as the lead, it's always 10 out of 10. We see a black person, we see a woman, we see a gay person that take the lead. Oh, no, it's DEI. I'm not trusting it. I'm going to watch it for myself and we'll see what it is. I mean, but to be honest too, what do you expect from a Captain America movie? It's nothing but action. And from what I've seen from the trailers, it's nothing but action. Is the Captain, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments or wherever you are listening to this at, but is a Captain America movie ever like that much captivating that it has to be like Oscar critically acclaimed level type vibe? Like, no, that person just be fighting. He be fighting. He likes to fight. And that's what it's giving. Okay, that's what it's giving in the trailer. So I have high hopes this is going to be a good movie. Y'all will tell me what y'all think, and I will definitely get back with y'all on what I thought about the movie, maybe in a TikTok video if I really like it. But yeah, I'll nerd out or whatever. But anyway, we have that. I also wanted to mention the halftime show with Kendrick. I didn't really have time to really mention it. We're going to mention it for a couple of seconds because now as the dust settle and we get a lot of people's opinion on this halftime show, it really irks me. I mean, I did a video on this on TikTok. It did pretty well. It irks me on like people's like response to this. I'm not talking about the white side of things. I already know what y'all feel about this person. And at the end of the day, two things could be true at the same time. And I was watching the Joe Budden podcast. I haven't watched the Joe Budden podcast in so long. Okay. And one of the things that they talked about was like how good performance, bad set list. And that's just the only critique I'll give from that show. And that's the only critique that is valid. Like, it was a good show. He put on a good show, like the dance number and everything. It's like the imagery. Like, y'all just don't pass the vibe check. A lot of y'all just don't pass the vibe check. And I'm okay with believing that. And I will die on that hill. But at the end of the day, good performance, bad set list. He should have definitely performed a medley of all of his greatest hits. He made this the GNX introduction. Fine. You're not the artist to do that. Only Beyonce can do that. I'm just sorry. Beyonce did her halftime show at that Christmas game. And it was the Cowboy Carter tour introduction. Okay. And we'll get into that a little bit later. She can do that. Kendrick, we wanted you to sing. I wanted him to sing, "We Gonna Be All Right. Don't Kill My Vibe." Like, where was all that at? Money Trees? Come on. That's the only thing. For the people that's talking online, because now they're trying to sit there and say, oh my God, this is a clown show. We're getting the repackaged of the whole propagandist type vibe on TikTok. And I'm just speaking specifically on TikTok when it comes to this Kendrick Lamar halftime show. We're seeing a lot of leftist talk about, oh my God, like this is a clown show. You see how when he got out the car and a whole bunch of dancers came out of the car at the same, that's clown. And y'all need to understand that this is not the revolution. He's basically telling y'all, talking about the goddamn biscuits. You feed them biscuits in the entertainment and they'll never revolt and stuff. Like, girl, shut up. Okay. And you know who you are, because I'm going to clip this and put this on TikTok. This is why I hate leftists. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like leftists. I don't like leftists. Liberals be getting on my nerves too. Because we can't be all hunky-dory with every single person that steps into office or is trying to run and stuff like that. You got to hold these people accountable too. I'm sick of, and I don't like conservatives for y'all sit there and say I'm Republican, because I do not mess with those people. I don't go nowhere on the right. I don't like the right. I don't mess with nobody on the right. I disassociate myself with people on the right. I feel like we just need a new faction. We need a new faction. The left, the right, they're all just angry and annoying and this is entertainment. This is entertainment. We can multitask. We are smarter than that. We as people, we understand that there's some shit that's going on in this country. Okay. But we can also turn that off for a second. Okay. And watch this good performance and then come back to the thing. It is so many people talking about something. Oh my God, he needs to be organizing. All this he needed, she needed, he needed. What are you doing, babes? What are you doing? Okay. Because y'all not doing nothing. Y'all just on here chronically online. Anyway, with that being said, I will be going to the Cowboy Carter Chitlin circuit. Okay, I'll be watching a clown show that I paid for. Girl, a clown show. That's crazy. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to the. I know I talk shit. I talk shit, girl. Because I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna keep this introduction short because I'm already hitting that 7 minutes. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. When I saw that them pre-sale tickets, I was like, girl, are we 500 for a nosebleed? Are you kidding me? Are we crazy? General sale. It came through. It's still on the pricier side because I didn't get nosebleed this time because I feel like I want to be closer. Girl, we not doing nosebleed no more. So that's I'll be going in May. I'm also going to the Kendrick tour because I got treated to that. Me and my girl TJ, we gonna be concert out. Okay, I gotta be a little shout out TJ, girl. I gotta put in my PTO, child, because they not gonna kill my vibe. Okay, my job is not gonna kill my vibe. I'm gonna get my little PTO. And then we're going to go to this good tour. I already done bought some stuff for the fit. I already know what I'm going to wear for Kendrick's. I don't need to do too much on that. But the Cowboy Carter, this is a whole event. Like, I'm getting the cowboy hat. I got to get the boots. Like, I'm trying to get some cute little Chelsea boots. But I got my pants and I got what I want to wear. Yeah, it's just going to be good. It's going to be good. I cannot wait to see. This time I'm going to be doing a photo shoot. I linked up with my cousin. So we going to book studio time to shoot for a new photo shoot because it's been a minute since I posted on my personal gram. Like, girl, I'm a fashionista. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what none of y'all say. Okay, it is like I said. I've been working at jobs where it requires me to wear certain things, and I just feel like I've got out of me just dressing how I specifically dress, which for me is street fashion. I'm street fashion down. I'm a die on the like in street fashion. Don't put me in no damn suit. Okay, don't put me in no damn suit. In that casket, girl, cause I'm be in the latest street fashion. Okay, but yeah, that's that on that. With that being said, we got to get into some things, girl. So we got to talk about Jay-Z and this lawsuit being dismissed. We also have to talk about Drake and that new album, girl. We got Drake with the melodies back. We also talk about how Kanye West and the partner, that they're divorcing, they're not. We'll figure that out. All that and more coming up on the Darren Green Show, okay? Okay, now we can get into our first topic. We have got to think. I don't know why my headphones is doing its thing. I wanted to start off with talking about Jay-Z because there's some things that need to be said here, right? So let me read this little excerpt and I'll give you guys my thoughts, okay? Now, it said that the assault lawsuit against Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Honeycombs, has been dropped, okay? A lawsuit accused them of essaying a 13-year-old girl in 2000. According to a court document filed on Friday in New York, the federal court, lawyer for the anonymous accuser moved to dismiss the lawsuit with prejudice, meaning it can't be refiled ever. He actually posted on his Rock Nation page. I find it so interesting that he continues to like post on there, like his stuff, but it's his business, it's his company, it's whatever. But anyway, he says, in quotes, "Today is a victory. The frivolous and fictitious and appalling allegations have been dismissed. The civil suit was without merit and was never going anywhere. The fictional tale they created was laughable. If not for the seriousness of the claims, I would not wish to experience on anyone. The trauma that my wife and my children and loved ones have endured can never be dismissed. The 1-800 lawyer," not the 1-800 lawyer, "gets to file a suit hiding behind a Jane Doe. And when they quickly realize that the money grab was going to fail, they walk away with no repercussions. The system has failed. The court must protect victims, of course, while with the same ethical responsibility, the courts must protect the innocent from being accused without a shred of evidence. May the truth prevail for all victims and those who falsely accuse equally." Okay, now this was a statement from the lawyer. He says the false case against Jay-Z that never should have been brought has been dismissed with prejudice by standing up in the face of this heinous and false allegations. Jay has done what few can. He pushed back and he never settled. He never paid one red penny, okay, and he triumphed and cleared his name. This is not a good look. This is not a good look for the cause of getting these celebrities held accountable for the shit that they do. Let's be very clear. Let me get into my notes. This is actually embarrassing. I'm gonna start there. This is actually embarrassing. As for this Tony Bugsby guy, could we say career suicide? Can we say it? Can we say career suicide? Because let's get into it. I did a bit of research on this guy. Okay, New York Times calls him one of the most successful trial lawyers in the country. Is successful trial lawyers in the country in the room with us? Absolutely not. Most successful in incompetence for sure. Because how do you open up a case, right? How do you open up a case with so much holes, with so much inconsistencies, and you think you're going to come up on top? Let me explain. I think that what's happening here, and let me not mince my words because I don't want to get misconstrued and people in the comments start to want to drag me. And I'm like, look, let me tell you something. When I say the Me Too movement, I'm not saying that everybody in the Me Too movement and people that got involved and said and spoke out are lying. I'm never saying that. Let me make that disclaimer before I say anything else on this matter. Right? But I think because of that movement, it has now caused people to start making shit up. Because we're saying, oh my goodness, this person is getting their rights. Not rights, but this person is getting their comeuppance. This person is getting their situation, their settlements, and this, that, and the third. Let me find a way to insert myself into this so that I can be like the person that took down this big major celebrity, and then I can get all the glitz and all the glory and all the money. Okay, all the popularity, all the reputation, the good reputation. Think that it gets to a point where if I can't find these victims, then I'm just going to run with the next victim that just says, hey, this person did this to me back in the day, and I have a little bit of evidence to corroborate this story. But this situation, I mean, they were able to figure that out within days of the inconsistencies of Jay-Z not even being at the place where the event happened, for the father of the Jane Doe to not even remember or know what this lady was even talking about. And I understand you want to get these people, because let's be very clear. There's a lot of abusers in the entertainment industry. There's a lot of abusers in the entertainment industry, but we have to go about things the right way. Because if we don't go about things the right way, then it ruins it for everybody else. Everybody, the real victims. Okay. In the court of public opinion, Jay-Z is guilty. Let's be very clear. And I think that's what it is. Social media already had it set in stone that, okay, they got Diddy now. Time for the next person now. The next person's going to be the Carters. So we got to get Jay-Z. He probably saw that on the internet and said, let me capitalize on this. Let me take this already pre-existing case that we had with Diddy and let's just add Jay-Z to it. Well, now it was dropped for Jay-Z and Diddy. Now, Diddy could have did that shit. And that's the thing. Diddy could have actually did that. But now it got dismissed. And now Diddy is trying to sit there and roll back a lot of these other lawsuits that is come upon him. But he ain't going to win because there's so many. Rightfully so. But look what happened. Now it ruined. If this girl was assaulted by Diddy, like now it's kind of over now. Because now they cannot be refiled again. You cannot go just by what the general public thinks. Let's be very clear. I'm no lawyer. I'm not trying to proclaim that I know the law. I know that what people can do. I don't know what terms are. But in my years of watching a lot of court TV and my years of watching How to Get Away with Murder, it does not take a rocket scientist to understand whether or not to open up a case with no concrete evidence. It just doesn't make any sense. I feel like I'm preaching to the choir right now. And that is not to say that Jay-Z is not an angel. Let me be clear. Okay? That is not to say that Jay-Z ain't no angel. No celebrity is. Okay? And I will also say that if you're going to come for him, you need to come correct. If you're going to come for a celebrity like this at his high stature, you need to come correct. Because he's already 10 steps ahead of the game. And that is getting people that are really victims of this person. If that is the case, then that is the case. And Jay-Z needs to be held accountable. But if it's not, if we're seeing a lot of holes, like, this doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Now, I didn't hear anything of Jay doing a defamation suit against Tony Bugsby. I think that would be like the best thing that he can do, because at the end of the day, yes, you got it dismissed. But in the court of public opinion, and he probably doesn't care about what the court of public opinion is. He doesn't care about his perception. He's Jay-Z. So that's probably what's going on there. But just me personally, I'm gonna get my get back. I don't care if I'm suing you for $1. I do like Taylor. I don't want it. I don't want your money. I'm suing you for $1 because I want to prove that what you said and this victim is not, that ain't happened. If it was me, I'd have been like that. I'd have countersued. I'm sorry. That would have been I would have released something. And my last point, which I already mentioned earlier, is that now Diddy is off the hook with this case. I literally said this was going to happen. It's going to ruin the case and like I just said, Diddy could have actually did something to this girl. And now justice is not being served. So I think this is a telltale to a lot of these people that want to get into the lawyer space. And I'm pretty sure Bugsby been around for a long time. He's an old man. I don't know. I think he was trying to get he wants to be like a Gloria Allred. More power to you. Gloria Allred vetted her people. Okay? It's a big difference. Okay, the stuff that a lot of her people that she put on and that she saw, it was real events. So if you're going to come like that, come correct. That's just all I'm saying. And y'all would tell me what y'all think about that in the comments. Girl, anyway, I did want to talk about Drake for a little bit. Because, girl, now he dropped an album with PartyNextDoor. Yeah, girl. It's called, girl, what's the album called? Some Sexy Songs for You. Anyway, Drake and PartyNextDoor's collab has finally dropped. And so far, the public's reaction is very mixed. The 21-track project was expected to deliver R&B, sultry vibes, and signature OVO sound, but some fans feel that Drake's presence overshadows PartyNextDoor's signature touch. During the latest Breakfast Club episode, they shared their thoughts. Do I have that video? And I can't play it I can't play the video because, girl, I ain't trying to, you know how this thing goes, child. Yeah, this is what we see, honey. This is what we see.
21 records on this album. I've only gotten to track 11, Raining in Houston, but we immediately go to the smoke.
If anybody tuning in is going to act like they didn't tune into this album to hear if there would be more smoke, you're lying. That is what, yeah.
It's not what I
I
tuned in.
did. I ain't, yeah.
Did you listen to it?
I didn't.
Okay.
Yesterday was my birthday. And last thing I was thinking about was Drizzy.
Well, it came out on midnight anyway. But yeah, I love the fact that he's rapping. I like Drake rapping. The singing, songy stuff is cool, but I like when
It's
he
an
raps.
R&B album. He told us it was going to be an R&B album with Party. I didn't think that there was going to be any smoke on the album because I know Drake don't want none.
Nah.
Especially with you.
He's still poking. I will say there's one line.
We'll stop here. But basically, he says that it just wasn't like, well, Charlamagne says that it lacks soul. In what way? Like, it lacks, like, soul music, or it just lacks a soul? Like, it's, like, soulless. Anyway, like I said, there was a lot of mixed reviews. We can see some of these tweets here. Some people saying that, not the Arthur child over here saying, oh, yeah, I'm listening to the Drake song, but the headphone piece is not on the Okay. Then there was a lot of people that were saying, oh, my goodness, like, Drake makes music strictly for guys who get girls. And if you don't get it, if you don't like the music, then you don't get girls. Okay, high school. Like, it's a lot of these young, like, Fisher Price type vibes. Look, here's the thing. I listened to a good partial section of the album. I'm gonna be real honest. I probably don't have a dog in this fight because I don't really get into the PartyNextDoor. I don't get into his music. It's very slow. It's a lot of like outtakes and ad libs. It's just like it's monotone. It's I don't get into it. So I was really listening to the songs that had Drake in it, right? Because I was listening to see if there was any things that was going to be said, which they were. Some of my favorite songs from the album, because look, I give respect, I give props when it's due. I did like Nokia. Nokia was a good song. That's one of the better songs, in my opinion, and how I feel. And then also Give Me a Hug, which was, it reignited a lot of things. Like he would talk about Joe Budden, child. He took shots at Joe Budden. We see him seemingly take shots at Kendrick lightly. Like these dudes, anytime they come out with a song, it's going to be a verse. For the next couple years of hearing their music, we're going to see a lot of innuendos and a lot of lyrics that can be suggestive that he's probably talking about Kendrick and vice versa. So I was expecting that. I wasn't expecting much from this. I mean, I particularly, quiet as it's kept, I do like when he does, I love Drake with the melodies. I don't have a problem with him doing R&B. He's versatile. I have no problem with that. To me, and somebody said this on TikTok, and it really resonated with me. Drake, his music was different. It had different messages and stuff like that. Now it's like F-boy vibes. Now it's, oh, I'm going to use her. Like, it's like a lot of these young turn YNs. Like he makes young turn YN music because he's trying to pander to that. Before it had messaging. Before he was talking about, I didn't even know the boy talked about like suicidal thoughts and stuff like that. Not suicidal, like he was suicidal or anything like that, but like he talked about real like important issues. It was almost conscious a little bit. Weird, yeah, a Drake conscious, really. But no, a lot of his older stuff was, and now it's become this pandering to a younger generation to try to assimilate to them so they can listen to it. And it's working. It's only working because Drake has been around for so long and he's garnered a fan base that will listen to anything that he puts out. Like he literally can fart on the mic. Like the same thing I say with Nicki, they literally can fart on the mic. And some of them songs, one of those songs will definitely be top 10. You get what I'm saying? I like Drake when he's like experimental. That's why I always love Views. And even if you want to talk recent, Honestly Never Mind. Like those were like, it was experimentation. It was different. I don't know. I mean, I wasn't rooting for this album, so I know y'all are gonna sit there and say I'm a hater because I'm team Kendrick or whatever, this, that, and the third. I'm team whoever, if it's a good song, it's a good song. A lot of the songs it's not given. It's not given, but it made the views. It was the fastest growing album on iTunes. I believe that it broke or surpassed Kendrick Lamar's record of, I think it was like 92.4 million, where Kendrick was like 92.3 or something like that. I might be getting the numbers wrong, but just know that it beat out Kendrick. I don't think anybody's surprised that it was going. I'm not surprised because, like I said, Drake just has more fans, but at the end of the day, the impact, that's what matters. You get what I'm saying? I don't see a song of the year in this album. I don't see a record of the year. I mean, they might give it to Give Me a Hug. Give Me a Hug was definitely good. That was a good song. Will it have longevity? Does it have any replay value? We'll see. I'm not even gonna say it's not. I'm not even gonna say it's not because it might. You know, this album just came out. We gotta let it process. But we will definitely see. I don't know. I mean, I thought it was okay. I'm not gonna say this is a bad album. I don't like saying things are bad albums because like people work hard. You know, even though you don't like the person, people don't like Drake or people don't like Kendrick, these people work hard for their music. I'm not gonna say anything is bad or good. I'm very indifferent. I'm not excited about this. Like, it was okay, but also, like I said, I don't really like PartyNextDoor like that. So we will see. I like when there's like when Drake does I like when he does his albums by himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like Scorpion. I didn't have a problem with Scorpion, Certified Lover Boy, that was good. It's when he be working with like other people, like when he did the album with 21 and all that. I was like, miss me with that. I like when he's by himself and then he has some people on. You get what I'm saying? I feel like we're definitely due for like just a Drake album. Am I wrong? But you guys will tell me what you think in the comments. I don't want to talk too much more about this. Now, Kanye, what's going on? Okay. So apparently there was some reports that came out. Well, there was a report that came out that saying that they were heading for divorce. And then there was another report that said that they weren't. Like the reps came out and was like, no, that's not true. It's lies. But now TMZ posted this. We're going to run TMZ stories because it is reputable. They've been around for a long time. Kanye West and Bianca Censori have both had their reps contact a divorce lawyer this week. So that's the story. And that usually means one or two things. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, they say that sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ the reps contacted at least one lawyer earlier in the week, and this was not the first time. Another source was with direct knowledge tells TMZ that one of Kanye's reps contacted a lawyer back in October when TMZ was reporting the marital trouble. Now, they were told that the rep was hot and angry. Their sources say that the lawyer passed on repping free Kanye, and if they do pull the trigger and file for the divorce, it's going to be an interesting case because sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ that there's no prenup, which makes it more intriguing. We're told Kanye actually lost money since he married Bianca. In California, the assets and debts have split equally. So on the surface, she can actually owe money. But here's Bianca's salvation. Many, if not most, of the debts Kanye suffered were assets he had before he married Bianca, such as his Malibu pad. He lost tens of millions of dollars on one. She wouldn't be responsible for it. So it's a lot of mumbo jumbo going on, child. It's a lot of finances that are not in order clearly, and they're getting their reps together to prepare for a bloodbath. Okay, let's be very clear. Do I think that they're headed for a divorce? I don't know. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely up in the air. I just didn't like how people just jumped the gun this week and was like, oh, they're going for the divorce. They're divorcing after his whole anti-Semitic rant. Girl, she clearly don't care about that because she stayed with him that long. Don't act new. I was so glad that I steered clear of reporting on that because I was just like, yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know. That seems a little iffy, if you ask me, child. But apparently they are speaking to their reps, their divorce reps, but there's no prenup. Kanye, what's happening? What's happening? He's not a billionaire anymore, but he still got a lot of money. A lot of money that he accumulated, and you ain't got no prenup. They saying she could potentially owe, but I don't see how, child. Look, let me tell you something. Let her divorce your ass. Oh, you gonna pay me for my troubles. You didn't have me out here in these damn red carpets and outside wearing no clothes. You gonna pay me what I'm worth, child. It looks like Kanye got himself into a pickle. And at this point, like I said, girl, it's I do not care. It is what it is. We can move on off of that because girl, that was not the vibe, honey. Anyway, this actor, girl, Kofi Siriboe. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm butchering the name, honey, but we all know him because he's been on a lot of stuff, honey. He's an actor and a model. Okay, he starts another monogamy conversation, child. So the actor and model has embraced the ethical non-monogamy relationship style base. It's open communication, basically open relationship, child. His decision stemmed from life changes after a long-term relationship. Now, this is what he said, child.
My first 2 real relationships lasted 3, 4, 5 years each. So then to fast forward, my life changed. So there was a different, I started working every day. Then there's the fame element and the abundance of people and exposure. And I've just had different shifts and different seasons where it seems like sometimes monogamy feels like role play, and it sometimes feels restrictive. So there's an element of it that feels performative. And I understand the tradition of it. I understand the deeper, I understand that. But then there's a part of me that just had questions. So I went through some phases where I'm like, well, why? Why do we do it like this? And is this how I want to do it? And from observing people who play those roles, my parents included, I see some blind spots. You know what I'm saying? Does that mean we have to throw away the whole system? Not necessarily. I honor the tradition and I love the simplicity of monogamy. And how can we still remain whole and still remain true to ourselves as individuals, as independent?
Okay, I'm gonna stop right there because I was going into this conversation differently. I definitely thought it was a different outcome, that he was something else that he was going to say. It does, the whole thing of monogamy versus being in a non-monogamous relationship. I think that everybody can do what they want. Everybody has the freedom to date how many people do they want. As long as the person that you're messing with and the people that you're dealing with knows what's going on, like day one, like literally day one. I mean, like literally like first date. Like I'm talking to multiple people. I'm more of an open book when it comes to relationships and this, that, and third. You like it, you love it. You don't like it, see you later type. That's fine. But then when you get into people that are like monogamous and choose to be with one person and say stuff like, oh, it's performative and it's not, trying to make it seem like it's a problem to be monogamous. I don't like that. Because at the end of the day, yeah, some people like peanut butter and jelly. Some people just like a jelly on sandwich. And some people just like peanut butter. And like I said, some people just like both peanut butter and jelly. You get what I'm saying? It's whatever, but don't yuck somebody's yum. Don't sit there and say, oh my God, you just have jelly in your sandwich. Who does that? That's not right. It comes off like you're saying that people that's in a monogamous relationship is not right. But you'll also get mad when people talk about people that are in non-monogamy relationships and say that you're just selfish and that you want your cake and eat it too, and that you're just an info. You see how that kind of is condescending? Because I don't think that's true. I just think that some people, they want to have multiple partners, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with me just being with just one person. I think people just have a way of just talking about what they don't get into, but they're also like coming for they're being condescending to other groups that subscribe to just a different lifestyle. You get what I'm saying? It's just almost like the whole gay versus straight thing. It's just, oh my goodness, well, it's you have to be straight. It's like your default. No, it's not a default. It's not like a mask that I can just put on and put off. This is what I like. This is what you like. I don't gotta talk crap about what you like. You ain't gotta talk crap about what I like, and we can just coexist, child. I just thought that the conversation, I don't like when it's layered like that. But y'all would tell me what y'all think about that in the comments. I just think that it was not a good look, honey. It was not. But child, well, let me not say nothing, child. Anyway, some older news. I wanted to bring up some smaller topics before I get up out of here because we are getting close to the time and it is almost time for me to go watch this movie. Wendy Williams. That was a big topic this week with her son. She's been doing this documentary with TMZ, this documentary that's on Tubi. And she basically opened up and talked about how her son was inappropriately using her money for his expenses and stuff like that. And she said, in quotes, my son overstepped his boundaries. He has inappropriately been using my money without telling me crap about it, like he's stealing from me. She went on to imply that Kevin Jr.'s actions led to the financial accounts being frozen by Wells Fargo and a move that ultimately led to her being placed under the restrictive guardianship. And now Wendy also revealed in 2000, while staying at Kevin Hunter's place in Miami, she was cut off from her finances because he had possession of her phone, making it impossible for her to respond to Wells Fargo fraud alerts. She further detailed that over $100,000 was spent at American Express, the American Express card, child, and that her son even rented a yacht for his birthday for $113,000. A yacht. Okay. But Wendy additionally claimed that a woman had impersonated her. That's the worst part. So you had a woman impersonate Wendy to call the bank to get whatever money and funds that you got. It's just, I worked at Wells Fargo for a year. We've had relatives come in and have the checks signed by the family member, right? Air quotes, and having us cash it. And we had to initially stop them. And it was like, no, you're stealing from your mother or your relative, whoever you want to call it. So it's not something that's unheard of. But I think it's the simple fact that it's because of that, it caused Wells Fargo to freeze the accounts and then also put her into a guardianship. And I just have to say, because I already talked about this earlier, I just wanted to bring it back up because it was a topic this week, but we have to, as men, okay, we got to make sure we not screwing over our moms. That is horrible. I know he's feeling bad because he's probably thinking this whole is his fault. Because you did all that? You $100,000 for a yacht? Do you need that? Like, Wendy wasn't even spending that money. Like, she was, that girl know how to save. A lot of people talking about that's his father. He got his father in him. He got his father in him. I don't know. I mean, I think that he was accustomed to a certain lifestyle. And I don't know. Things happen in that way. Teenagers they become adult, grown. They get into that space of I want everything, this, that, and the third, and not really having to work for it. What is going on? That's just something. I don't know if that's something that he learned from his father. I would never do that to my parents, both of them. You get what I'm saying? You work for your money. You get what I'm saying? Now, I don't mind the whole paying the rent for his apartment. It's a lot of people that has parents that come into some money, they be paying their rent. If you can do, that's fine. But when you getting other expenses and you getting people to impersonate your mom to try to get, that's when it's that's kind of weird. And I also find it weird that she actually brought this up because she is still hanging out with her son. We've seen her. Well, I guess now it's probably she done put him on Front Street jail. So I don't know. It's probably real awkward over there. But I don't know. I thought that was really heartbreaking to see. A lot of people was making comments and saying stuff, and it was just I just hate to see it. Wendy's really going through a lot right now. I don't care what y'all feel about Wendy. Wendy is going through a lot, and she does not deserve half of the shit that she's going through at the end of the day. I don't care how many people she talked about. Okay, I don't care how many people she talked about, but it is what it is. Okay, y'all not too much on Wendy. Okay, now we do got some other news to get into before we get up out of here. Why? So Burna Boy and Chloe Bailey, they item. We've been seeing various videos of them just showing their public show of affection or whatever. I'm just girl, what are we doing? Who was taping these videos? Or it's okay, had the video potted up before this is so planned. This is why people be coming for Chloe, because it don't be real. It don't be. Well, I'm not gonna say it don't be real because they could be really in a relationship, but who knows, child? It's just I don't know. It looks very just performed. Sorry if I sound like a hater, but whatever. Another thing I wanted to get into, girl, Jocelyn. I heard Jocelyn is going to be joining the cast of Euphoria. When I first saw this, I was like, really? But it makes sense. She's going to play a stripper on there, and she's going to help Rue with whatever situation that she's going through, and it's going to be some... I see the vision. I'm not sure if I'm going to grapple with... But girl, get your bag, honey. Get your bag. Lizzo. Now, she's dropping a new project. It's supposed to be coming out... Let me see, when is it coming out, child? Because she dropped this too. I think it's on the 28th of this month. She's dropping a new project, and she did a video where she basically wrote "Bye Bitch" over her special album cover. And it had a lot of people talking, people on Twitter annoy me. Because there was this one tweet that was oh, well, don't nobody hate big people than former big people. Like trying to sit there and say she's trying to get rid of that whole, like she's saying goodbye to her big self and now embracing her skinnier self. Like, girl, I'd be like, y'all shut the hell up about this. She's definitely, it's the end of an era, meaning the end of the damn special album. Okay. Nobody had a problem when Katy Perry did that, when she burnt her colorful wigs to give, when she dropped Prism. Let's be very clear. Y'all always want to say something. But anyway, shout out to Liz and all that in a bag of chips. So the U.S. Army has officially banned transgenders from actually being recruited to the Army. They made several statements on Twitter basically saying that the U.S. Army will no longer allow transgender individuals to join the military and will stop performing procedures associated with gender transition for service members. Individuals with gender dysphoria have volunteered to serve our country and will be treated with dignity and respect. Okay. Look, let me tell you something. If they ever try to draft me, let me stop. Okay. I mean, it's not like there was like a big number of like trans people. I mean, maybe they are, but it's not like an alarming number of like trans people. And are we just targeting trans women or are we doing trans men too? Is that because sometimes you got to ask those questions because it seems like trans men they're basically ignored and just not ostracized like trans women. But I'm very interested. But what is the point of doing all this? People that want to sit there and fight for this country. I don't know a single person at this point in this day and age, in this economic climate that we're in now, wants to fight for this country. I can't tell you, but there are some. Apparently, there are people that still want to fight for this country. And you turn them away because of who they are, who they identify as. I don't care. I mean, and honestly, trans people, you shouldn't care either, child. Let me tell you something. Oh, I ain't got to worry about fighting for this child. Good. Now, I'm going to get drafted. I won't get, look. I ain't got to worry about fighting for a country that don't care about me anyway. But anyway, that is it for the show. It's a little bit of a short show. Editing is going to be... It's going to be a task, honey, but we will get through it. And I will see you guys next time with the next episode, okay? Hope you enjoyed this one. Bye-bye.